Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for appearing tonight. I'm pleased to hear you say, and I've read your opening statement, the cost of living is important. It impacts competition, impacts cost of living. I'd like to understand a little bit about your motor vehicle industry and your involvement in it, because there seems to be some systematic levels of lemon cars being sold by some manufacturers. If they feel that there are no consequences for selling dodgy products, won't that have a significant impact on competition in the motor vehicle industry?
This is an important issue that the ACCC and the state and territory consumer protection regulators are very engaged in. There is, in terms of a range of new vehicles, they are each subject to consumer guarantees, so that there is an underpinning of fitness for purpose and that they meet the qualities and specifications on which they've been sold. The ACCC is seeking, and the government has announced, reforms to the law such that if there are contraventions of a guarantee, including on a motor vehicle, that the ACCC can take action not solely to require giving a consumer the remedy, which currently is an action that can be taken.
So you can do that, ACCC can do that?
We can. However, we find that, and consumers find it very difficult to do so, we find it is a poor way to get actual compliance. What the law reform proposes is that will actually be a breach of our Act, and where you see repeated indications of this, that we can seek significant penalties as well as consumer remediation, because it is reported to us and reported to state and territory regulators that this is a problem, particularly a problem for lower income families and consumers, and it is a problem that we seek with the states and territories to take action on, but being able to take action for serious and systemic breach and get significant penalties will be the best deterrence. I would just ask if...
So in other words, you'll strengthen your provisions, add provisions to it?
Yes, that is what we're seeking.
Specifically because you're aware that there's a systemic, among some manufacturers, systemic quality issues.
Exactly. But I will just see if Mr. Gress wants to add.
I'd just add, Senator, that we've also taken over the years quite a number of actions for those types of systemic issues against a number of car manufacturers, Ford, Mazda, just to name two. They are very intensive exercises, very resource intensive. But as the Chair just pointed out, the ability to be able to penalise for failure to abide by the consumer guarantees will be a very important reform.
Thank you. That was a comprehensive answer. Thank you very much. Now,
during a recent Senate hearing, Senator Malcolm Roberts raised critical questions about the motor vehicle industry's impact on competition and cost of living. He highlighted the issue of lemon cars being sold by some manufacturers, questioning whether the lack of consequences for selling substandard vehicles undermines both competition and the integrity of the motor vehicle industry. In response, representatives from the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, ACCC, acknowledged the significance of the issue. They explained that under existing consumer guarantees, vehicles must meet the fitness for purpose requirements and adhere to the qualities and specifications promised at the point of sale. Despite these protections, they conceded that enforcement of these guarantees is challenging, particularly for consumers. The ACCC further elaborated on proposed reforms to strengthen the law. These changes aim to categorise breaches of consumer guarantees as violations of the Australian consumer law, allowing the ACCC to impose significant penalties and secure consumer remediation for systemic issues. The reforms are designed to act as a deterrent to manufacturers engaging in such practices and address the problem effectively. The discussion also highlighted the disproportionate impact of substandard vehicles on lower-income families, who often bear the brunt of purchasing faulty products. The ACCC noted that this issue is a priority for both the Commission and state and territory consumer protection regulators, who are working together to implement solutions. Mr. G, an ACCC representative, provided additional context, referencing past actions against manufacturers like Ford and Mazda for systemic issues. He noted that such cases are resource-intensive, underscoring the importance of the proposed reforms to streamline enforcement and impose meaningful penalties for non-compliance. Senator Roberts expressed appreciation for the comprehensive response, acknowledging the importance of these reforms in protecting consumers and ensuring accountability in the motor vehicle industry. The exchange emphasized the commitment of regulators and lawmakers to safeguard competition and consumer rights. This critical discussion signals a proactive approach to addressing systemic issues within the motor vehicle industry, aiming for long-term improvements in product quality and consumer confidence. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on the political developments shaping our nation.